start my recording. So yes, no problem. I'll do
And
that.
do I also need the beta trader?
Yeah, you'll get both of them at the same time.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Anybody else have anything that needs to be addressed before we start trading? Okay.
Can you access like that Daily Bread on more than one device?
Yes, you can.
Cause,
And
'cause this
eventually
morning,
it's gonna be, I'm setting it up in the near future. It'll be before the challenge is over. I'm just working with the IT person. You'll actually be able to especially if you have an iPhone, the iPhone will make it easier because you can just make a shortcut app from the URL link. So basically like going on a website, I'll give you a link, you'll be able to go in and log in on your phone and get the Daily Bread. So eventually it will be an app, but we're just in the middle of developing that as well. But right now we do have the URL link. He's just testing it to make sure that there's no issues. But you'll be able to access the link on the phone where you could actually put in your trade the same way you do it on the computer. You'll be able to put it in on your phone. So iPhones will have a shortcut kind of thing that allows you to make websites into a phone app kind of. So iPhones have it. I don't know about Androids, but I know iPhones have it. So I know that I'll be able to do it pretty quickly with iPhones. I don't know how long. He hasn't told me how long he's going to take to get to finish the app. So, but eventually that'll be available.
yeah, cause this morning I tried getting on the Zoom call on my tablet, and it kept disconnecting me.
Okay. Yeah, the disconnect is that has to do with your, probably your internet service area, that type of thing. It's not the app, it's not the tool though.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I was at work, so it could have been something
Okay.
on
Yeah.
my end.
Okay, no problem. But again, remember all of these sessions are recorded and they're on our YouTube channel, and they're under they're the playlist for each category. So they're separated by date and by session. So if it's a AM Daily Bread session, it's separate. We call that community trading. So there's a 6 a.m. community trading and a 6 p.m. community trading, and the times are based on Pacific Standard Time Zone, but that's what they're labeled as. So they're labeled as 6 a.m. community trading. That's where we do the Daily Bread. 6 p.m. community trading is right now, tonight. And then we have the 8 a.m. Education, the beginner session. And then we have the 8 a.m. intermediate advanced sessions. And they're all the sessions are recorded and categorized under those 4 titles under on the YouTube channel. They have their own actual playlist. So you guys can look up each session there if you missed it, if you have to work or whatever. They're all recorded and put in there, usually within 24 hours. Okay. So NAS is doing something right now, and I don't know, it just happened to be up on my chart because it was the last thing that we traded. It's doing a little something. Does anybody have anything specific that they want to trade? I think NAS works kind of good for me because you get to your 1,000 pretty quick. Doesn't take, it takes a little bit longer to get there with SPX. Gold is good also, but gold can go really high really quickly too. So it's kind of like that intermediate level for trading on Apex for me. So okay, nobody had anything. So NAS it is. So if everybody wants to get to if they're on Tradevate, if you want to have, let me share my screen. You're on Tradevate. I would like you to have your NAT NQU4 screen. Is what it is. Get to my trading charts here. This is, so what I have is a split screen and I have, if you go into, this is TradingView, you can actually put in NQU 2024, and that'll be, futures E-mini NASDAQ futures from CME, and that is the actual broker that is on Tradeovate. So it'll match as long as you have connected your accounts and you have the subscription with Apex, it will match. If you do not, it will be 10 1-minute candles behind. So that means it's going to be, if you're on the 30-second, it's going to be 20 candles behind. So just be aware of that difference. Let me take off the major trend client because we don't need it for trading, scalping. Okay. And then on the other side, I have my Tradeovate account. Again, remember, I trade in Tradeovate because although you can trade right directly in TradingView, I trade in Tradeovate because I trade multiple accounts. And for that reason, I can only do that in Tradeovate. Okay. So now let's look at remember, I go to the 15-minute because that's the lowest. So we see it's had a nice little ride up. So when it has that nice ride up, you can almost bet your money on it that it has to breathe. So it's going to come back down. So we can catch our quick money back down. It's probably going to retest this level, possibly even to here. I'm going to put a quick fib on it from the bottom of this move to here. And we can see our 23.6 lines up with our price line, and even it's right here as well between this. We know from Fibonacci that if it goes to the 23, that validates that it is a retracement, a valid retracement. And the next place it'll generally go from there is the 38.2, the 56.18 area, or the 786, what I call the 786 zone. That's standard Fibonacci. It's nothing great. But we'll see on the 15-minute, we do see that we have upward confluence of various pillars using our pillars chart. If we look back, we can see that it's violated this when it was going down, these lower lows. It's violated this. So yeah, it's moving upward. So we know that the general direction on the 15-minute is an upward move. So I'm going to open this all the way up. So we should be looking for buys rather than sells, even if this, with this being here. Buys will be more aligned with the higher trend. If we look to the left, we want to see this, there's this one candle resistance. I like to note those because those are generally areas. I'm not going to do a line, I'm going to do a box. Those are generally areas that you will get resistance. So if we're looking to go up to that level, we want to know where we might get stopped out. Oh. All right. So we know that it's probably going to come up to here and get some resistance because we have one candle resistance over here, right? The next kind of level of resistance is here. And so I'm going to box this as well, just to keep myself aware, because if we look to go up, we want to know where we would be resisted. And I'm actually going to put it down here. All right. What just did. All right. So everybody hopefully understands why I did that. There's a lot of stuff on here. I'm going to take this fib off because it didn't even go down. So I'm going to take this fib off right here. But it's kind of staying in this area right now. Our cloud went back blue. Still looking to go up. We didn't, I was trying to see, did we get a, hmm, let's see, did we get, let's see, okay. I was trying to see, did we get a red dot in the, from the histogram? That's why I took the fill off, because I couldn't tell. And it looks like it's not a red dot, but it looked like it went black. It's like black, meaning it's right at the 0 line, right there. So, yeah, remember one of the ways that I know when the pullback is over is if it crosses over and comes back. So I was looking to see, did it cross and come back? So that's what I was looking for, just so you guys know. I'm going to put this back because we're also going to be watching for our RSI. Oops. Because to tell us, because right now it could be, oh, I'm on the 15-minute. Let me go to the 30-second. So, okay. So, yeah. This is actually, we're right ready for a trade, actually. I'm gonna wait and see. I want this, remember, I like this to come down. For an up trade, we're right there. So it broke through this major, it violated this. So we seen it was coming down. It was making lower highs and lower lows. It came and violated this one here. It actually violated here. Then we got another violation here. It made an equal low, so that takes that out, because now when it makes this equal low, that violation doesn't count. But then this one does. So now they made a higher high and a higher low, right? So, but I like to have 4 points, remember? So I want to wait and see what it's going to do next here. That's what I'm waiting for. But we're probably very close to an entry. But I like to be at the bottom when I'm coming in for a buy, and I like to be at the top of the RSI when I'm going for a sell. It just makes for a much less stressful entry or trade, shall I say. Everybody should be getting used to this and understanding. So if you have any questions, just chime in, raise your hand or something. So I don't have to keep asking if you have questions. So just so you guys know, I'm waiting for RSI to come back down, possibly, or go up, come back down, give me my 4 points. This would be 1, 2, 3. A higher high would make it 4. So when it came back on the pullback, I would be ready to enter to go in. Again, we know that we got this cross here and we got this pullback of a retest. You can enter in, some people would make a more aggressive entry and enter in here. But with this having this possibility of a double top, I want all 4 of my points. I want to make sure that it makes a higher high above this before I take that go in, because this is a potential double top and it could go back, because until you have your 4 points, you haven't verified your trend yet. Yes, from this time frame as far as entering in.
You say you was making 4 points. If you got time, can you say it again?
So in a trend, you have a high, you'll have in an uptrend, you'll have a low, a high, a higher low, and a higher high. That's the 4 points that determine that an uptrend has been made. And you have the opposite for a downward trend or for. So those are the 4 points that I'm speaking of. It's just in making a trend. Right now, if you look at this, we were going down. We were making lower lows and lower highs. It then violated here, but based on this, we don't have 4 points yet. We have, and again, it's
Oh, you're
making
saying 4 points. I wasn't hearing you. I got you. I got you.
no problem.
And that Sniper FX, is that like yours or something?
It is. It is. It's another. It is. It's another indicator I created. I have tons of indicators, just so you guys know. It's not the Quantum FX Pro is not the, it's just the one I chose to give out for free for the challenge because I feel like it has, like I said, I call it the Swiss Army knife. So it has like everything. So the other tools are made for specific things, you know, for specific strategies that I have, because I have a lot of strategies. So the tools, I usually have a tool to go with every strategy, but the Quantum FX Pro pretty much can be used for everything. So that's why I wanted to offer that tool as a part of the challenge.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys are really seeing, you know, how if you would have got in here, you would just kind of be going back and forth. To me, that's just struggle trading. That's like nerve-wracking. So I'd rather wait till I have a clear trade. So that's why what I'm saying when I say I wait for it to come back, you know, and then go back, because then, you know, the pullback is over and you don't have to tarry through this. But we see it came up rejected at this resistance area.
So Denise, are you saying that you wait for it to make the fourth high and then it retraces all the way back to the green?
No, I just wait for it to establish that it's a trend, whichever way it's going, it doesn't matter. You have to have a reason for getting in, and it can't, you know, for me, people like they may get on based on the EMA cross, but an EMA cross is not telling you that it's trending. An EMA cross is telling you that price is crossing some lines, right?
Right.
This is my opinion. So people have strategies based off of an EMA cross. But again, in my opinion, if you're going to get in a trade, if the market goes in an uptrend, a downtrend, or ranges, those are the three things that it does all the time. It's going to be in one of those three things. And you're making money off of if it's in an uptrend or a downtrend, right? If it's in
Right.
that's when you make money. You can make money in a range, but not generally, most people don't trade ranges. You make money when it goes up or down because you get the contract for difference, right? So it makes sense to me to follow the money. So if the trend is what makes money for me, then why would I get in and chase an EMA versus getting in and chasing a trend if the trend is where I make my money?
Gotcha. I got you on that.
Okay. So that's the difference in the way I think. I'm not saying that you can't make money on an EMA cross. I'm not saying that. Please no. I'm saying for me, it's just more stable for me to make money on the basis of, if especially if that's how the market moves, it's just more stable for me to make money on a trend, knowing that the trend has been established, if that's how I make money.
I
mean,
was
that's
just
how
trying to
everybody
find,
does.
I was just trying to make sure that I'm clear or have clarity on it passes this next point and it
But it's
crosses
not a
and
necessary,
goes.
but I want that, see, I want you to not get caught up on points on where it's at, because it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter what chart you're looking at, where, what strategy you're using. You should be following a trend,
Right.
because that is a move that is telling you that I'm about to go up or I'm about to go down. You make money when it goes up or if it goes down. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't look at it from the standpoint, okay, when it crosses here, because you get stuck on that. And
Okay.
then if it crosses here and it hasn't established a trend, it doesn't matter. I'm
I
not going to
got you.
get in there. So that's why I'm giving you the foundation of it
Gotcha.
rather than an actual point, because it could come here and it not be a trend, because it could range and go back and forth and make if it comes here, it would be an equal low, right, to this one. So it still wouldn't be a trend. So I wouldn't get, you see what I'm saying? So I want you
Yes,
to
I do.
understand. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure you understand that it's not a point I'm looking for. I'm looking for a trend. And see, right now, this, if we were in a trade, we'd be caught up in this accumulation, this ranging, which is that would be a very stressful trade. In my opinion. Not, some people, they might like up and down action. I don't know. Now, and if you were on a higher time frame, of course, yes, you could trade a range, because it's a large space in between. So you can, from the top go to the bottom, from the bottom go to the top. But we're on a 30-second, so yeah. Okay, so it's breaking above. And we know from our skill set, it still hasn't made my points, right? Because if we were to draw these points out, this could be my low, my high, my higher low, my higher high, right? So then I would say, if you got in here, but look at, I knew all of these equal lows, equal highs were here, right? That I knew that this wasn't established, because remember what I said, these were equal lows down here. So that took that point away. So now I start from here. So I have my low, my high, my higher low. Now I got these equal points again, right?
Right.
So it's like you start over again. So that's what I'm trying to get you to see, that because whenever it makes an equal high, it just took out all of your previous points.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you understand? Okay.
Yes, I do.
For me, it does. It takes it out. Because I don't have, I rather not take a trade than get stuck in a bad trade and have to pull myself out just to take a trade, you know? Now, of course, we all know you could put a fib. We could put a fib here as well. And this, see, where all this stuff was happening was at the 23. So now it's lining right up with the 786 to come back. That was too close for me. That wasn't enough time for me to get in and get out safely and make the money I needed to make. And we don't know if it's going to go here in reverse. We're on the 32nd. We have, so for me, it's not worth it. It's too close.
Okay.
With this being a double, because we can say all day long, we don't know that it's going to do this when we're down here. We just know that it gave us double lows here, equal lows here. It's just not enough for me to risk my account on a maybe, and I got double lows. I still don't have, in my opinion, I still don't have a good trend pattern.
Now your RSI is saying it's going down.
Mm-hmm.
So you wait until it gets all the way back to the bottom.
If I haven't gotten a trend pattern yet, so I don't know if I'm taking buys or sells. I don't have a trend pattern in either direction yet. So I'm not even paying attention to my RSI until I get a trend pattern. Well, let me tell you my count on this trend pattern for you, just to help you out a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think that's the part you're not understanding about me, is I don't take a maybe. When I say I know it's coming back down or I know it's coming back up, I know it. I know it because I took a calculated trade in. So when I'm not panicked in the trade, that's part of the reason why. So I'm not rushing to get in a trade just to get in a trade. I'm not. So this would have started here. This is where a lot of people would start there. I'm gonna do it like this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For me, because of this low right here, this is a double low. It just invalidated that for me. So I'm gonna pretend like that didn't even exist there. So now I'm gonna start here. Now, because of this double high here, that just invalidated it for me because it's a double high there, right?
Okay.
For me. So I'm gonna look at that as 1 point, right? Up there. The same way I looked at this down here as 1 point, right? So now it goes like this, right? Because these 2 points are 1 point for me. So now I finally got 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So now on the pullback, when it pulls back, now I'm going to be paying attention to the pullback, because now not only did it show me 4 points, but it also took out this high. So I have confidence that it is making a trend, not just because of this one, but even more confidence because it made a higher high. So now on 2 fronts, I know that it's going up, right? So now I have the confidence that when it pulls back down this way, that I can take an entry to go up. And
Okay,
it's gonna be
which
a
is my
smooth
next,
entry.
which is my next question. Can you feel from the bottom of that?
Fib
Uh,
from the bottom from here. You can.
yes, at the bottom of your first pullback. Right there. Right there.
From here.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I wouldn't pull. Yeah, you can. I wouldn't, but you can.
Okay,
I'm not gonna fib from here
okay,
because that's not a good point in my opinion. I
okay.
want to see the whole trade, the whole,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
you're taking a piece of it and making your calculation off of a piece of off of a piece of a wave. Like
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
you're not taking the full even though like my trend for me started here, I'm still gonna take the full move from the swing, because this is a swing low to the swing high. I can't do a fib in the middle. It just doesn't make sense for me.
Okay,
It doesn't make sense to do, it's giving you a piece of information. It's not giving, and to me, not the accurate piece. It's giving you the last move, not the fibs are meant to show you the swing high, swing, are the moves from the swing high, swing low for whatever time frame you're using, right? This isn't a swing high to swing low. This isn't from this one, is it? It would have to be from here. So it would have to come back here, which makes sense to retest this zone that it broke out of, right? It would have to
right.
come back here, tell me it's retracing, and then go back up. And when it went back up, as long as my RSI satisfied, I would take that up.
Okay,
Now, remember, now we didn't went through that in full, because going forward, I'm not good, because we always explain, you always want to know where my points is. It's just a trend. I'm just doing a trend, and the Fibonacci, and that, you pull in the fib on it, that's the fib. It's just the same normal thing. It's not anything different than standard. I don't want you to think I'm doing some trick, anything. It's the standard thing. So you automatically know going forward, like when I do a trade, like I'm doing the same thing every time. If it's no trend, I'm not getting in or getting out. There was a class where I was in drawdown. I didn't get out until I knew that a new trend was established. That's how I do it either way. I use the same rules, that discipline of the same rules every time. So remember, this was the area when I fibbed the whole thing. This was the area right where this was. And it makes sense. Like I said, I didn't even have my Quantum FX Pro on, but it makes sense to come back here because it's retesting this level that it broke out from. It also, if you look to the left, it also has a 1 candle resistance. So it makes sense to come back from here. So now, if you look, it also coincides with my RSI coming back down. So again, I don't even have to pull out all of those tools to know that now that I have an established trend, I can get in, right? I can get in. Now for me, just for me, now you can get in where you feel comfortable, but for me, I like to see that it has crossed the histogram and come back, because I know then for sure that the retracement is, or that the pullback retracement, whatever it is over. If I get in now, I don't know that it's over. I have no way of knowing that they're done. Just because I got a blue candle does not mean it's done. But if you take, if the sellers take over and then the buyers take it back, I know for sure that pullback is over, because the buyers got it back. So that's what gives me my comfort. If I was to get in now, just because I see these blue candles going up, that's me going off of emotion, because I have nothing, there's nothing that validated for me that this trend, that this pullback is over. There's only 2 things that can validate it, is the fact that if the sellers take over, take over the momentum, and then the buyers get it back, I know that's one way of knowing the pullback is over. The other way to know the pullback is over is if it makes a higher high, but then by then I would have missed the trade.
okay.
So that's the thing. So this is, if we're doing it now, that's a guess. It's a guess for me. And I don't guess when I trade. Yeah. I'd rather miss a move and have it validated and come back in another way, then come in on the next leg, then go in uncertain and be nervous the whole time. You see what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm coming in late. Apologies for my tardiness.
That's all right,
Just
Miss Nina.
handling
How you
life
doing?
stuff. Wonderful. I'm just now marking up my chart and things of that sort. So I was looking on the 5-minute time frame and I see divergence and it looks like a big juicy drop's about to happen. So I'm just kind of curious to see if you all,
Okay.
or am I just, is it an illusion? I see divergence. I see that area that's been hit about 3 times.
Could be, could
Yeah, I
come
see
all
the
the way back
strong.
down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's in a whole, this whole area, you see it's all red, this is
Mhm.
marked up by, so this whole area is a struggle, like and it's a double top right here, so it could come all the way back down to here.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Mhm.
following. Okay.
Yeah, did you understand that when what I saw? Yep, it could. Definitely, that would be all the way back down to here. And remember, like, that's what I don't know if you were on when I was explaining to him why I didn't get in here, because it was a lot of it was like accumulation. It just was a lot of back and forth right here.
Right. Right.
And
Mhm.
it's not really seeing any real true anything, like nothing there. It like, yeah, it has to show me that what it's gonna do. And
Mhm.
I'm waiting for my crossover and to tell me that it's done. Because again, remember, like we did the fib on the whole move coming from here, and this move is the same as on the 5 minute is that I'm doing, right? Price is hasn't closed past the 23, but it's right there at the same blue line. If it closes below there, it could go all the way, because it would then validate a retracement to right now, and it hasn't done that yet, right?
Correct.
But we're waiting to see. So it could go, right now, because it's made on this time frame, it's made higher highs and higher lows. But look what it started to do. Now it violated that here with the lower, I'm sorry, it violated here with the lower high. And now it's got these equal lows again. So it just violated that too. So it's just kind of going back and forth. And
Right.
again, for me, I'm not gonna get in a trade. I'd rather not get in any trade and protect my account than to get into a trade that I'm not sure about just because I want to get into a trade. And we have
Correct.
to watch that. We have to watch that behavior, be mindful of that behavior in ourselves. I'm telling you, trading teaches you so much about yourself. It does. Like, you have to know, like, this is why I get in. And if it doesn't meet these requirements, I'm not going to get in a sloppy trade.
Mhm.
That's
Another
hard when I
observation.
trade.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dean. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna, because I'm still getting familiar with your tool because it has so many great nuggets. One thing that I do notice too is, let me annotate here, is when it's at a zone. Oh, is it
Uh-oh.
back to
Uh-oh.
lock? Okay, I'll be
we don't take the first move. We take the pullback,
Right,
right?
right.
So she's like, I want to
Okay.
get, it's
That
up
is
to you.
something
If you want to
different.
trade. If you want to trade, we'll wait. Go
No,
for
I'm
it.
part of the group. Okay, so because I don't want to like miss anything because of the dialogue. But just something that I've noticed when price is at these zones and you have like all of these, let's say like Christmas ornaments, a lot of those dots and stuff, just how it's like a consolidation type, like confluence, or
Accumulation.
I don't
Yeah.
know the right. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
And
that's
it's
all.
gonna break out of there. It breaks out of one way or the other. You just don't know which direction, but that's exactly what it's showing you. Now, here, remember I said I like to wait for my red. So I got the red, right? RSI is at the bottom. But the problem I have with still taking an up trade is now, even if you look over here, you can see it even better. It's now starting to show a downtrend. So when I was looking for the RSI to come to the bottom and go up, it was because I had the 4 points of an uptrend, but I don't have that anymore. So now I have one. If I go from here, I have 1, 2, 3. This is an equal, so it starts me over. So now I start here, 1, 2, 3, and this would be my 4th point. So now I got to see, is it going to go back above here? And is my RSI going to come up here? And then I would possibly take a downtrend. I have to have my reason for getting in has to be right. That's like my entry. I don't play with my entry. Like, it has to be on point. Because if not, I already know I'm gonna kick myself in the butt because I'm gonna suffer in drawdown. Now it'll probably still go in that direction that I'm thinking, but how comfortable am I gonna be in that trade? And see, like now, it's pulling back. So far it hasn't went above this. So it's still conforming with the possibility of going down. These are so small of areas, it's like, ugh, and it's right here. But again, she saw the divergence on on the other time frame, on the 5 minute. 5 minute, of course, because it's higher than the 30 minute, it holds more credence, more weight. But you see what I'm saying? So, but you're just taking everything into consideration. So, and look at where it's stalling at. It's stalling right there. It's not making a higher high. My RSI is almost to the top. Could we be looking at a down trade? I believe so. So get your fingers ready. We just got another signal. But look, I like, price is barely below. It's barely below. I like to see my cloud opening up. We do see we have the white cloud. We're right at price. So it's at a real touchy place. So I'm gonna, so like we said, look at those Christmas ornaments as she called them, you know. So it's gonna go back and forth a little bit, but then it'll probably break out from there, but we just don't know which way. See, but it made a lower low. It's making a lower low. And so I just don't like that we're at the bottom, because it usually goes back up, but it doesn't always do that. I'm gonna wait, I wanna wait a little bit just to give it some time to, now that it's spreading out and giving itself some room to make a lower high. I'm gonna wait for that. And then as long as it doesn't, go above this and my RSI is up, I'm gonna enter. But I wanna give it some room. Now we're getting a wider cloud, as you can see. See where my RSI is giving. I'm worried about this one, not this one. It's giving me some comfort that it's at the top and it's still not going above this. So as long as it does that I'm probably about to get in. You guys, I'm getting in.
Order filled.
Let's see my, let's see my. Double bottom, that's what we're hesitating at. Gotta break that. The next place is gonna goes to here. Right above this orange, you see this single resistance. Retesting. There's my mouth. I got my green dot on. Can't tell. I don't know if you guys noticed that it's like no dot there, but that's the same as like my other, when I like it to go the other way first. I always wait for that because I'm telling you, it's the biggest clue that it's over.
Denise, can you say that again, please? What's the biggest clue?
Give me a minute because we're in a trade, so give me a minute and it's going green, so I don't want to miss my exit, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Thank you.
No problem. Now you notice this orange moved up, so I'm gonna it's having a hard time passing this. So I'm gonna watch my exit. If it can't break this, I'm gonna watch to make sure that I'm still able to get out in profit because it's been back and forth over this. I'm hoping that it breaks, but if not, we've seen it come back and forth several times. So you want to pay attention to stuff like that and not get caught up in your number, but make sure you're protecting your count first and foremost. But you can always re-enter. But it's still showing us, it's not going above that price line. or that major pivot, but you notice the pivots moved in. So they compressed some. So that tells you it's having some struggle. So the next time I'm able to get out, I'm actually going to exit and wait if I don't see a big breakthrough. See that candle is going to stay big. I'll stay and see if that candle is going to stay big. Get here. Okay, I've seen some movement to 400. Okay, 5. We know it's struggling here, so we want to be quick to the trigger as soon as we get to our number. Because we see the struggle here. I should have got out. Come on. Let's try one more time. One more time. One more go at it. There we go. There we go.
Order
we go.
filled.
All right. All right. So I wanted to explain some things after everybody is, let me know when if everybody's made it out or if they're still, I don't want to talk if you guys are in. You know, it's at a resistance zone, you guys.
Ms. Denise,
Mm-hmm.
I just won my 4th challenge.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. Is everybody, before we go, is everybody out of the trade? Okay, Shadia. I was like, is it, I just want to make sure everybody's out of the trade.
Yeah.
Everybody's out.
I think
Everybody's out.
I just need to,
wait,
I
wait,
need
wait,
to be
wait a
more
minute.
consistent. I need to
Wait
be
a
more.
minute, Robert. Wait,
Okay, I'm
Robert, I
sorry.
just want to make sure everybody's out before we start talking.
Okay.
Everybody's out? Okay, nobody's saying nothing, so I'm assuming that everybody's out. Okay. So let me get Shadia first, because she raised
Yes,
her
ma'am.
hand. Okay, and then we'll go to you.
Oh no,
Yes.
I didn't have a question. I
Okay.
thought I put clap for Robert.
Oh, okay, okay. Robert. Okay, let's talk, Robert. And then I'll go to you, Yvonne. I see your hand raised.
I'm still, just to let you know, I'm still very inconsistent. I know what you're doing and how you're doing it. I'm just inconsistent in doing it. So I think what's going to help me with my clarity is to continue to do it every single day while we in the challenge until I can get more, can I say, cohesion and understanding exactly what I'm supposed to do at the exact time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Community trading is great. It's just like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. Same concept. So as you guys can see, it hit this resistance. And I really want you guys to know, like, the tool is really a great tool. It hit the resistance line and it went up from there. So that was like your one. That's why I was like, this is like your warning point that it's coming to a resistant area. Hey, you don't play with it, you know? So just wanted you guys to see that as well. And then Yvonne had a question.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, this would be the first trade on my
Okay.
trade, but it did not, it like denied. I can't do 50 yet or something.
Okay, no. So no, you can't do 50. The reason I have 50, I'm really only doing 10. So I have 5
multiple
accounts.
accounts.
Yes, I have multiple accounts. It's okay. That's okay. We're gonna be
And
right back here next tomorrow.
I had a
yeah.
feeling. Yeah.
So you can, so with the account, I don't know which account you got. If you got the
The
300,000,
300. Just
okay,
one
so you can,
300.
so you can only do up to 35. So that's why it rejected you.
Okay.
So, but know that I'm doing, don't, I'm so sorry. I feel so
It's okay.
bad.
No, you know I came in late. It's okay. Thankfully, it didn't let me do it, right?
So it's only 10 accounts. It's 10 accounts for five. I have 5 accounts that I trade. So it's 10 contracts
Okay, so that number up there should be 10 for me.
for you. Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, glad you
I
denied
know,
it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
okay. No, I
Thank-
wanted you to make your 1,000 too. Like,
At least I know
so,
how. I'm learning. That's what we decided.
yes.
It's just every day's a learning a
Okay.
little bit more.
Okay, no problem. So that's why I rejected you.
No problem. And
But
then
congrats.
know that
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I'm saying, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I could look it up, but like, see how you have like 10 listed in your account section, but only 5 of
You
them
mean, what I
traded?
have here,
No, down at
right,
the accounts.
right here.
Yeah, it looks
Right.
like about 10, but only
Okay.
5 traded. It,
Right, because I have them grouped. So I trade these together, these first 5 together, and these bottom 5 together. So
Okay.
I explained the groups. Like if you go here, you'll see I have 2 groups, right? And I always trade in groups of 5 because if I have a bad day, oh, you look at you. I just want to comment to Nina. You saw that drop coming. It's still going. But anyway, we don't have FOMO. I trade in groups of 5 because if I have a bad day, like these are live accounts for me. These are live accounts. So if I have a bad day, I don't want to blow all 10 of my accounts. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I need, so I'll do them in groups of 5. That's
Okay.
just what's safe for me. And so, you have to trade every day. So for me, that means I have to do 2 trades a day because I have to trade for this group and I have to trade for this group.
Okay, perfect. And
So
I'm
because you
gonna
have to
put
do
the
10 trades.
videos ASAP. We do, so I'll be caught up.
No problem, no problem, no problem. No, I just feel bad that you didn't get to make your goal.
It's okay.
That's all.
Thank you.
All righty. All right. Anybody have any questions, comments, concern? I didn't check the chat either. About what we're doing. I'm only gonna do 1 trade tonight because I'm a little tired, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice. I'm a little tired today. So I would normally, because it is set, unless you guys want to continue, but it will set up for a second trade. I could see it already. It's gonna go down, at least it's coming down to here. I can kind of tell you guys that it's at least gonna come to here before making any type of, it'll probably come to here, retest back up close to here or where that point it just did. And then it's gonna go down again. So you guys do have a couple of more, some more trades in this downward move. Also, another clue for you guys to note is this cloud is really white, right? There's no grays in it. And then it's spreading apart. The further apart it is from this price line, the longer the trend is going to go. So I'm giving y'all all kinds of nuggets. So
Yes, you is.
Love it. Thank you.
so yeah, so that's how that works. So you guys, I'm just gonna say, just remember to watch your own self and your own spirit to make sure you're not being greedy. Number 1, that's most important. And make sure you're waiting don't just jump in because you see, out of emotion, oh, I got a big candle. A big candle don't mean anything. Watch your momentum. Because a lot of big candles are the trick, so just if you guys do plan on continue trading, just be aware, especially if you're trading in your evaluation count. I really want you guys to be able to have at least passed your evaluation by the time we finish. If not, I really want you guys to earn some money in a live account, but at least have passed your challenge. That's my heart for you guys. That's what my heart is for you guys. So okay.
Get some
Anybody?
rest. See you in the morning. Thank you.
Okay. I'll see you guys. I'm
Ready
sorry.
for
let me
that
see
daily
the
bread.
chat.
Thank you, Miss Diane, Miss Denise.
Yes,
That's
thank
okay.
you.
I need to ask Nina a question.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye-bye,
we'll
you
go
guys.
outside.
You're gonna do it in another meeting, Nina,
Yeah.
or you need?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll
All
close it
right,
out.
I'll see you guys. All right, bye-bye.
All right,
Good
bye-bye,
night.
All right,
everybody.
thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, good night.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Robert.
Thank you. Denise, can I come in your,
I'm going to bed.
I mean, not Denise, but Nina,
Oh,
can I
Nina.
come in on you? I'm sorry, Mr. Denise.
That's
I'll see you in the
okay.
morning. I didn't see
All
you this
right.
morning because I had to take my mom to the doctor.
It's okay. All right, have a good night.
You too, ma'am.
Bye-bye.